Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. It's your boy Max, and we're here with another episode of Max Talks. With me here today, we have a guest, a special guest with us, and she is not just a Covenant University student, she is an artist. Many of you may know her, but I'll let her introduce herself. Special guest, please give us a little
Well,
bit about yourself.
okay, I'm actually flattered. What's the introduction? Because I'm a Covenant University student too. I feel like I'm just a Covenant University student for now, though. But my name is Kelechi. Many people know me as Rialena on Instagram. I sing. I'm a gospel artist. Well, it didn't start off as that, but yes, I'm more of a gospel artist, and I also do some other bunch of stuff like writing, and some other things. So you get to know me as we get into this episode. For this episode too. Can't wait for this.
All right, thank you. So let's just go right off the bat. As you were speaking, you said you didn't start off as a gospel artist. Let's start from
Yes.
there. So where did you start from home?
Okay. Humble beginnings. I started off singing covers for different artists. I remember doing one for Thames, Arasta, and a couple of others. I think that's where the very first video I posted was "You Say." It's actually a gospel song. Now I'm thinking about it. It was in 100 level. I didn't even know that I could sing. I was just feeling broke my hand at that time, and I usually sing in the bathroom to calm myself down. So I was like, why not just record?
Okay.
And someone was like, oh, you should post this. And I'm like, I don't have that many. I had about 200 followers at 100 level. And when I posted it, I got reviews like, oh my gosh, your voice. Then people were asking what happened to your hand. I was like, I was just singing for the fun of it. But yeah, that's where I started off. I started with You Say, a cover. Then from there, I started posting short clips of me singing online. I did covers of Stars Beggy Beggy with CK, Thames' Damages. And the thing about my covers is that I usually add my own version of the song, how I feel the song should have sounded to the cover. So I don't do a regular cover per se.
Hmm.
Then then so this year while I was on my internship, because my course is a 4 year course and we go on internship in 300 level. So while I was on internship, I was asking God what he wanted me to do with my life. Like, okay, you give me this talent, but I feel like I'm not doing so much. I feel like I didn't feel satisfied. I didn't feel achieved while I was recording these covers. So I was asking God,
Okay.
what more do you want from me? And as at that time, I was already working on a project. I feel like that project would have blown because yeah, people listen to that like, oh my god, she's smart. She really produced this, and I was working with another Covenant University student, Sammy, and
Yeah.
the project was really big to me, Sha. So and then all of a sudden God's telling me that, oh, you're supposed to be like, what's the word? How do I put it? It wasn't a voice that I heard. It was more of, I was thinking secular or gospel, secular or gospel. What am I going to do, God? Today I'm singing secular music, and then tomorrow I'm preaching about your word. I felt like I was being
Hypocritical.
yes, hypocritical. Yes. So it felt like that, and I kept asking God, why am I feeling this way? And this Bible verse popped up in my head. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his life? Because the reason why I
So
wanted to go into yeah, the reason why I was going to go secular music. Well, I love Arasta. Like I was everybody in my class knew that if any of Arasta song should start, I would literally sing or Thames' song. Like that genre of music. I really loved them. I love their genre. I love their genre. Their voice is just different from the norm. So yeah, I like uniqueness. Then I was like, she's making money. I feel like I can do this. Don't just also make money. Yeah. So at that point, I had to. I told you I was working on a huge project for almost
Yeah.
a year with Sammy, and I had to tell Sammy that, oh, see what happened though, and I prayed about this thing, and this is what God is telling me to do. So he's like, ah, like there's some things that God tells you to do, and it's very difficult for you to actually do them, but you have to do it because if you don't do it, your heart will not be at rest. So I had to tell him that, guy, like it was really nice working with you, but I can't go down this path. And then he's like, okay, fine. Like I actually thought he was going to be so angry and just maybe never talk to me again or something. But he was actually very chill and everything was smooth. Letting go was smooth. But all the same, I found myself writing more gospel songs. I found myself being listening to more gospel artists. And the thing about me is that I love, I don't know if you know, but like Arista and Thames, they have a genre. It's like pop music or Afro. I don't know the mix, the fusion. I love those kind of songs, like that genre of music. And I had to look for gospel music that would fit what I love. So from there I started discovering. I actually thought that gospel music was always slow and boring. So I didn't really have a lot of gospel songs on my laptop. But when I decided that okay, this was go, I had to go in search of the genre of gospel
That will fit yourself.
that I think I would like. So I started discovering people like Limo Blaze. Um, he's an Afrobeat gospel musician. Limo Blaze, Prince, it Springs on Instagram, Testimony Jagger. These people and a couple of others. Then I started listening to Moses Bliss too. Like I like the balance of Afro then slow music or R&B gospel. So I like Moses Bliss, Mr. GUC. So all those people I had to listen to them and then find my path. So I believe that these processes, these steps I took by the grace of God was what helped me to find my path in gospel music. Right now, I haven't really posted much. Though I record like while praying is when the gospel songs drop. So I actually have some songs written down, but I'm just waiting for the right time to actually release them because of school and not wanting to let my grades down because of some other things. So I just write and record and then keep them on the net so it's easy for me to retrieve and record when it's time. So yeah, I
Yeah.
hope for now. For now, I just put some things on hold. You can never actually put gospel music on hold, but yeah, for now I have to put it on hold and just work with what I have. Just sing in chapel as a chorister. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it's quite.
Yeah, I'm in choir. I joined the choir last year while I was still trying to discover myself. I actually didn't believe that. I didn't want to join the choir because I knew if I joined choir, um, what's the word? People who, the way people will see the people on the altar, like, oh my gosh, she's singing, she's speaking in tongues, she's supposed to be a very holy person. And I was like, I'm going down this path of, I'm singing kind of trash, kind of in my songs, and
Yeah,
I'm not climbing just.
yeah.
I didn't want that controversy, so I just said, you know what, let's just leave this quiet thing for now. But something just moved me in 300 Alpha. I was like, nah, I'm not supposed to be. I was in attendance unit, and while I was in attendance unit, I love the attendance unit, though I still love them. I haven't go there more often, but while I was in attendance unit, something just told me, Kate, this is not where you're not serving to your full capacity. Go to where your talents can be used to serve God. So I joined CETG because I can also act, but said, no, 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 this is not where you're supposed to be, Kelechi. So join choir. And I was like, choir will just put me out there, like they'll just throw me out to the public. So everybody knows that once she sings or once I climb the altar, everybody knows that, oh, she's singing a gospel song. So tomorrow when I'm doing something wrong, everybody's like, wow, that choir girl, see what she's doing. So yeah, the pressure would just be too much. But I was like, you know what? I shouldn't do things because of what people would say. I should do things because I actually want to do them, and I feel like this is what God is telling me to do. So that's why I joined choir, and I thank God for good so far. So yeah,
All right. So you moved from attendance unit to
see,
CUTG to Choir.
Choir. Yes.
That's actually calm because I'm an attendance unit member too. It's calm. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. You mentioned talking about trying to balance school and trying to also do the work of the will of God. So
Yeah.
like expatiate on that a little bit more because I understand that you're an architecture student and that is heavy.
Yeah. That's
Let's just talk
heavy.
about let's say
It's
is heavy
heavy. It's
because
heavy.
I'm in engineering and I understand that even as an engineering student, it's stressful. Also, I'm in EIE, it's stressful, but
Wow.
it's not as time consuming as Aki.
Architecture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like how do you balance, having to do, music and you know architecture because my roommate presently, the guy is into well, he's a producer, but still music or nonetheless, he also sings. He's a producer, and I can see the amount of time this boy wakes up like what 2 a.m. to start doing some things. I know that almost it's a lot on a human being. It's a lot on a human being. So how do you balance it? Because Aki students also wake up by 2 a.m. but to be reading and to be doing projects, and it's a lot. So how do you juggle everything and it's still okay?
Well, I would say that I haven't really found the balance per se, but what I do is, as at 200 level, first of all, I feel like the sole purpose or the major reason why I'm in school is for my academics. So I try not to make anything weigh my academics down. And the fact that actually takes so much time and I have to balance it with my co-curricular activities because I really love doing co-curricular activities. So balancing my music with architecture hasn't really been easy. I usually use my holidays to record most of the things I do. I think the most videos I've recorded so far for a year was during this my Cyrus period because another problem was is still lack of a very good or clear device to record. So I just borrow from my friends when they are less busy, then use it, send it to my laptop, then free them off their device. So that has been the challenge I've had since like 100 level till now. Still have the same challenge because maybe now I want to record something, I don't have a device to record, and my laptop isn't really the best for that. So I have to go maybe look for a friend's device, maybe an iPhone or an iPod, record and use. But for this period, like since I started 400 level, I don't think I recorded a music video per se. Yeah, I haven't. So the balance is finding balance is really a tough thing. I would, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I just one thing I made a decision to do was not to let my class fall. Like the current class I'm in, I don't want to go lower than that. So yeah, I'm putting my all in my academics right now, focusing on my final year because I don't want anything to happen. Because my parents are not here. Oh, you were doing music or like after school, I plan on going into broadcasting full time. So you're doing music or you're going to Hebron FM to go on air or you're writing your blog and your academics are failing, I won't hear that. So I try to do most of my things rather while I am less busy. That is at home. But during this Christmas period, we have a lot of assignments, so I haven't really done anything. I've just been school, school, school. Okay. Well, all I can say is that it's not easy. Anybody that wants to go down this path with me as an architecture student, you have to have you have to have a very strong mind. You have to have a strong spirit because when you're done recording your music, you feel so achieved. Then you realize that oh, I have Act 319 to finish, or I have Act 419 to draw or something. You have to condition your mind to balance the two of them and then also pray for strength because I mean without God's grace and strength you cannot really do anything. So balancing my Aki life and my music life has been tough till now. I haven't found balance. But I'm going to go full time into what I love doing, my passion. That is using my voice to preach the gospel and pass across information to help people. So yeah, that's it.
No, that's good. I mean, I like the fact that you were honest that even till now you've not balanced it.
I'm
Shows
not balanced.
nobody's inspired. Well, you talked about also going into blogging and writing. I never knew
Yeah.
you were a blogger. You're an artist, but not a blogger.
Yeah. Well, the blogging started. Well, I told you I was trying to find my path. So I know that I'm meant to work in the media, and
Okay.
I've been writing since I can't even remember when I started writing, but I never used to take my writing stuff seriously. I used to write poems from just three. It started with poems before it became music. You get. So it was more
Okay.
writing poems. Yes, it was more writing poems than stories. Then I realized that I had a lot of thoughts in my head. There's some days you just sit down and you're just looking at nothing and you're just thinking, why does this happen this way? Why is the society this way? You feel like there's a better way things can happen, and I'm like, oh, I have so much. I decided to speak to people about it, and they're like, you actually should start a podcast, or you should start writing these things down because there's so much in your head. And yeah, that's how that's how my blog was birthed. It's called She Speaks Her Mind 247. Basically, that's the name of my blog.
Okay.
That's yes, She Speaks Her Mind 247, and it's on Medium. I also write poems too, but those ones are just for my friends to hear. Spoken word. So I did a spoken word for the carol that happened um last month in school.
Month. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically media. I know that I'm supposed to be a media personality, and I have to still be rooted in God because there can be. So I'm praying to God for strength to actually go down the path He wants me to go in the media because I know my purpose is to preach the gospel using the media and inspire people using the media. So yeah, that's why I do a lot of all these things. So
I like it.
yeah, I like
It's
this. I like this podcast. Like I like the fact that you actually like started this because I've listened to some of your episodes and they're really nice. So I just said I just tell you.
Thank you so much. I
You're
feel
welcome.
I feel honored that an artist is telling me.
No, I'm flattered to be called onto this episode by you. So yeah.
We're going into a new chapter of the podcast, and this is for everybody to listen. We're going to be going through Covenant University stars. That's people who have been in school doing amazing things, whether from writing to TikToks to YouTubes to even photography. Basically, I think
Yeah.
we're also going to do, is it binary trading? I know my team has like the list. I just go through it from time to time. And it's awesome to know that, people are doing great things in Covenant University. People like me were just podcasters. It's not too,
No, excuse
it's
me.
just,
No, that's
it's not
it.
too,
No. Don't say that. Don't say that because I don't know. I'm speaking as an architecture student. Well, I'm speaking as
okay,
an architecture student for my group of friends.
okay.
They're drawing. See, when we listen to stuff like music, beat podcast, spoken word, anything that we listen to, we usually love to listen to them while we're drawing. And drawing is like our life in school. So are not there. I mean, who are we? Because we have to listen to stuff that are interesting, stuff that are fun, and yet inspiring while we're drawing, so that our mind is. Because I hate drawing without something in my
Anything.
ear. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
feel distracted. So like once I'm listening to a podcast, I feel like I'm in the conversation with the person. Like, I mean, this podcasting thing is a real deal. Please don't say you are just a podcaster. You are not just a podcaster. You are
It's
doing
just
a
fun to
great
me.
thing.
It's
Yeah,
actually
you're
quite
doing
fun.
a so yeah. Please, don't
Anyhow,
stop. Don't stop.
no, I'm not stopping anytime soon.
Yes.
So, what advice would you give to an upcoming? No, wait. Before we even
Um.
move on to that, I just realized
Yeah.
you're also a student of Covenant University. So, what advice would you give to students who, because, like it or not, every student has their own struggle. one way or the other.
Yeah.
If it's not academics, it is because CMSs, their struggles they are building to start with. But like if it's not academics, it could be their building, it could be there could be
Okay.
one relationship or the other, it could be
Yeah.
anything. You get but like some people's beef is even with chapel. I don't even understand it, but like you get so like
Yes.
what would be your advice? What would you give them that could help them in their pursuits? Because it's been a lot. Yeah, you're an
It's
Archi
me.
student,
Yes,
and that
I
is
am.
like on the top of stress. Like of all the courses to talk about stress, Aki is up there. So like, what would you give them? Because you are in the right position to talk about stressful life in Covenant University. So as a Covenant, not as an artist, just as a student, what would you
Okay.
give advice to people that okay, this is the way to do it. This is what we do. This is what I do. Yeah, talk about it from an objective point of view. From your sorry, not objective, from your point of view. What do you
Okay.
do that helps you to cope with the environment of CU?
Okay. First things first. I people ask me, people think that there's some lecturers that will speak to you and they feel like Covenant University was your choice. I didn't even know that there was anything called Covenant University. It was SS3. My dad just brought up. I was thinking of a school to go to, and I wanted to do architecture because I didn't feel like I was going to do well in engineering. I didn't want to study medicine. I was a science student by
Mm,
not by compulsion, but by grooming. It's like, oh, your
mm,
family is a line of science people, so just go with the flow. Yeah, so that's how I ended up science class. So I didn't know what to study. Then I was like, okay, I can draw. I'm creative. Let me just go into architecture. I feel like I'll do well there. I did not know that it was going to be stressful. Then to top it off, I was in Covenant University. It was going to be Covenant University. So I was like, okay, let's do this. So my dad has been hammering this Kelechi first class. You're meant to be first class. This is a graduate, this and then I was like, okay. I went into school with I'm not going into any relationship. I'm not going into anything. I just want to focus on my books, my books, my books. I wasn't even thinking of, oh, I'll focus on God. When I came in 100 level, I joined the service because they said it was compulsory. And I was like, my dad was like, don't do anything that will put you into trouble. Oh. He already told me stories of people that they expelled for COVID university. I was already like, why are you not sending me here? Why are you sending me to a place that will be stressed? I was like, okay, let me not do anything that would tarnish my image. Um, so 100 level, I was just floating. Then COVID happened. And then that's when I met people that I feel like they had a path defined for them already. So I was just going with them. So my own path. That was 100 level, Omega. Then 200 level, I started getting close to God. I feel the most things like the one thing that a lot of people make mistakes of is they feel like being religious is equal to being a Christian or actually knowing God. You are in 200 level. I was religious. I was okay. Any meeting that has to do with chapel, you see me there. Attendance unit, I was there. I was always serving. So people will not think that this girl is a chaplaincy girl. Me, I knew myself that I hadn't built a relationship with God, and I just felt like I was floating. So my grades were not really. When it comes to chapel, you're hearing people say, "Oh my gosh, 5.0 because I serve God." I'm like, she be these people that do these things. Am I not doing it? So why is my own not working like that? But I did realize that I hadn't created the relationship with God. So the basis of surviving anywhere, not just going to university, is build a relationship with God. Like if you're able to communicate, like if you're able to communicate with Him and He tells you stuff, it will be so easy for you to live life and you will not get into trouble. I don't know how to explain this thing to people because I'm not a pastor per se. I don't know how pastors break it down, but I'm saying from my own point of view, building a relationship with God is the basis of anything, of any success in life. That's one. Then hard work. You need drive, you need hard work. The constant, I thank God for my dad, the fact that he was always saying, first class, first class. So the things that they were back of mind. So if someone is telling you that, oh, let's just sleep tonight, let's not draw, let's watch a movie, I'm like, Kelechi, first class, you have to get this thing. So I'll wake up and I'm drawing my assignment or I'm finishing my assignments in time because I just want to. So people think that I'm being overzealous. I know where I'm coming from. I know the kind of parents I have. I know what they had put into me while I was coming into school. So it was both bad and good, the pressure, but it also helped me find my drive. Then surviving architecture. God have mercy. Surviving architecture is, first of all, if you know that architecture, don't know that architecture is not for them. Like me, I did not know architecture was for me. If you know that the reason why you're going to architecture is because your dad is staying at school, my dear, run away. Run away, because while you are studying as an architect student, you need a drive, a passion that when the bars are down, like when you feel so overwhelmed by the work, the only thing that will keep you is, first of all, the grace of God, and secondly, the passion that, or for me, the fact that, this is a class I want to get to, this is the class I want to keep. So when those three things are not there, you will find out that you are lazing about. You're in the same class with someone that is in first class, or is first class someone that is getting a 5.0 in architecture, and you are getting like you're getting a lower class, or you are not achieving or being satisfied by what you're doing. That's the thing. Some people in architecture, they're not there for the first class or second class or third class. They are there to actually learn. So if you're in that stance, then actually learn. You can actually still learn and pass, but sometimes architecture can be very tricky. You might meet a lecturer that might not really like design. Like, architecture is a very subjective course to pass, especially our studio that is a 5 unit course. So if the lecturer maybe sees that your work or your design isn't proper per se, you can get a B in that course. And to get a B in a 5 unit course, you know what? You know the toll is going to take on your CGPA. So yeah, my advice to anybody out there is, first of all, as a culinary assistant, build a relationship with God. Surround yourself with people that have the same vision. I'm not talking about religious people that still, nobody's perfect. I'm talking about actually looking for, maybe you can find a mentor, or read your, if you read your Bible, my dear, if you read your Bible and you're praying to God to open your eyes, you will find you will find, if you're not finding any, if you don't find someone in Covenant University that you can talk to directly, you can listen to preachers like Joyce Meyer, CCI, Pastor Irene, someone that you can relate to, someone that will help you to find your path in Christ. Then also don't forget your academics. You're in school solely, no, not solely, because you're also in school to connect and socialize. You're in school mainly for your academics. So while your spiritual life is growing, your academics are also growing. If you have an issue, don't say, oh, I think I'll think about this later, or I'll look at it later. Look for someone in your class that can actually do this thing and go and meet them. Like, it's the same cliche, meet somebody, let them teach you. But actually that's the way to go. And the people that have set these standards for other people to work, they have looked at past events and they've seen that it's the same footprint, it's the same path that you're going to take. You have to meet people, you have to socialize, you have to ask questions if you want to succeed. So the best thing to do, my assistant, is stay away from the trouble they say that I should stay away from. Build your relationship with
Yeah.
God. Yeah, like there are some rules you might think they're not sensible. My dear, just do it, because it's just 4 years or it's just 5 years, basically, and you are out. Just, what's the word? If they tell you don't wear, like the time when they said that the band broke, let me not most of my shoes were like that, but I had to like let go of those shoes and buy a new one, or stick with flats, because if you do these things, you will go home. Be why don't, when they ask you why did they expel you, why they suspend you, shoot. Why? Tell me why. When you could have avoided it. Just just go with the rules, and then make your own. Like, what I do for myself is like, okay, I'm conditioning my mind. I know these rules might not make sense, or they might not make so much sense. So I
But
know the
just
kind of
do
person,
it.
but just do it. But you know the kind of person. There are some things that they will tell you that it might actually affect you outside. You see the way about this relationship thing. I don't really understand it too. Like we're in university, I'm not supposed to be in a relationship, or it's not like that's the main thing that you're supposed to do student too. But socializing has to be there. You have to make friends. Sometimes friends, they might think that being friends in quotes means they're in a relationship and they can carry you in white clothes. So if by 7 p.m. your so-called friend leave the person alone and go inside your hostel because you will go home. As a community student, you will go home and your parents will not hear. Your parents, like I feel like my parents might understand that, oh, she was just talking to someone. But just don't put yourself in a compromising situation. Just do what they said you should do and just graduate from their school. That's it. But while you're in Covenant University, if the one thing I think I learned this semester or first half of this first semester is that some people are actually walking through Covenant University and they're not picking. Covenant University has so much to offer. Let me know, like I realized, do you know I did not know where Hebron FM was? I didn't even know that students were in FM. But like I wanted to go into broadcasting. How did I know? Because I had to ask questions. That's one thing. You have to, if that's school, you have to actually have confidence. If not, you will not get anything. You just graduate from the school. Like these binary people, this
Binary
forex,
trading.
yes, binary trading and forex trading. There are people out there that do this and they're making money and they're still students like you. There are people that are YouTubers, there are people that are TikTokers, and they are making impact. Why do you like? I feel like one thing that drives, I don't want to be part of the mediocrity. I want to be
You don't want to be
unique.
ordinary.
Yes, I don't want to be ordinary. I want to stand out. Not in a, for a bad thing, for a good thing. I want to impact people's lives. So whatever I can do to do that. And acquiring skill sets also is one thing. Like as an architecture student, it's not just architecture per se. Like for example, now I learned video editing in 100 level, and it has stuck with me since then. I edit videos by myself. I feel like, oh wow, this is nice. Because you learned it. Somebody else has is teaching. The person is like, okay, we're going to have a master class. If it's 5,000 naira, just pay it and learn it, and it's going to be lifelong. So acquiring skill sets as a university student is very important. Building your relationship with God is very important. Socializing, connecting with people. I'm not saying use people to get what you want. I'm saying connect, literally connect with these people. Ask them how they are faring because they are students like you. Yes, they might be outstanding. They might have like 2 million TikTok followers, or they might have 1 million views on YouTube. They are human beings too. They have emotions, they have feelings. So don't just meet them when you need something. Ask about their welfare, ask how they've been, because this, when they say no man is an island, you literally have to impute that into every aspect of your life. So I'm not saying every day, oh, check up on them. Once in a while, on their birthdays, remember them. They will remember you that this girl, even though um because most of these people that are stars per se, they are very selective of their friends, because once you get to the top, a lot of people want to associate with you. So you have to know your circle of people. So if you're the kind of person that comes from a different angle of want to judge this person, I'm coming to learn from this person, also impact the person in the little way I can. But this person has emotions, this person has feelings. Let me ask about their welfare too, because it is essential as human beings to want people to know how we feel, or we want people to ask about how we are doing. I'm just saying from my own point of view, what I
No,
feel.
you're right. You're right.
I think I should write something on this on my blog, but but yeah. So you see, this how stuff just come. Like I'll just be having conversation with people, and then something will just drop, and I write. I'm going to send you the link to my blog this session too.
No
But the
problem. No
point
problem.
the point is that to survive as a university student, relationship with God, socialize, make friends with make friends with your lecturers. Sorry, I have to say this. Make friends with see that lecture that everybody does not like, or people do not really like because you feel like person is scary. Person has feelings. On their birthdays, if you show up at the office and with a birthday gift and say happy birthday, sir, that person will not forget you. So, or you're greeting them on their way, they will literally anywhere you are, even if you're not there, if all the lecturers are or a lot of people are against you, that person will stand for you because they're like, no, I don't think this girl or this boy can do such a thing. Human beings, yeah, once you take into consideration their feelings, they will never forget you. Maya Angelou, people will forget might forget who you are, but they'll never forget how you make them feel. I'm not sure if I said that exactly how she said it, but yeah, I feel like that's one thing that has helped me in my life. And people might ask me, oh, how come you know so many people? Because I try my possible best to actually know how this person is feeling and check up on the person and just make friends, connect to people. Because you can go through school and the person that might or get you your most paid job might be the friend you made in Covenant University. So don't look down on anybody. Create a relationship with God. Make friends with your lecturers. Study because that's the main reason why you're in school. Avoid trouble, obey the rules, and just do and just graduate. So yeah, I think I've said 5 things. I think I'll stop talking. I talk too much.
The podcast, the idea is to talk. So if anything, you're doing exceptionally well. So
Yeah.
yeah, you've spoken about how to survive in Covenant University and any school in general, which I actually agree with. I actually agree with it. If anything, I did learn one thing, which is befriend your lecturer. I'm a kind of person that, hmm, yeah, your lecturers can be, yeah, lecturers can be somehow. They can be
Yeah.
really, really, really somehow.
I
But
know.
going into the new year, we'll see what we can do. Those people.
I'm not
As
saying you
well.
should go and I'm not saying you should. What's the word? That's don't make the mistake of doing if you over what's the word?
If you overdo
Take
it,
balance. Don't overdo it because they might think that oh you are doing it because you want a favor. And your heart of
yeah.
heart, do this thing genuine because you respect them or you care about them. If you condition your mind like that, they'll see you from a new light. So that's just my advice. At least me, I know
Okay.
I do it.
We'll try it. We'll try it and we'll see how it goes. And finally, before we end the episode, the last thing we want to talk about is now as an artist, let's just leave the Covenant University aside, just as a regular artist now. I'm sorry, not regular. As an artist,
Mhm.
how would you advise upcoming artists to what would you advise them? Like how do they start? What do they use? Like, is there any pointers you would give them that they won't make any mistakes? Do you get like just give them kind of a path to blaze so that they can know that okay, my idol has said this, so let's follow. Do you get?
No problem. Well,
Okay.
I think I get that question. Um, where do I start as an artist? I feel that one thing I would do because of the path I want to. So I'm going to speak generally, and then I'm going to focus on gospel artists. So speaking generally, I started off recording. I started off writing songs. There are some artists that cannot write songs, but they have the voice. So it again boils down to connecting with people in your line, in your sphere, in your interest, in your people that have similar vision as you have. Then posting, you have to push yourself out there because nobody's going to do it for you. The reason why some people might know me is because I have an Instagram handle that is Rialena and they see what I do, they appreciate what I do. So if you are singing in the bathroom and you want to be on stage tomorrow, it is not what's the word? It doesn't work like that per se. It's not magic. You have to push yourself out there, not forcefully. You consistency. No, I can speak on consistency, but I can't speak on consistency because I am not consistent. I'm not consistent in fact that right now in school I have so many things on my plate. So I don't want anything to feel and I know music I'm still going to do it eventually, but right now is not my priority. So for upcoming artists, prioritize what you want to do. If you're an upcoming artist in school, except you want to drop out, focus on your school. Oh, still be doing some things on the side. There are people that have released songs in school and they've blown per se because they push themselves out there. WhatsApp is there, Instagram is there, and if you are good, you are good. Like you have to know this. One thing that I know I have learned over the years is that you have to develop yourself, because the way I sing now is not the way that I used to sing in SS3. It's not the way I sing in 100 level. I feel like I have grown because I watch a lot of The Voice America, The Voice. I watch a lot of vocal training videos. There's a Sherry Potter. Sherry Potter is she's a vocal coach. I listen to a lot of Celine Dion. I listen to a lot of people that I also listen to Beyonce sometimes because I try to remove the lyrics and but when okay gospel, I have to look for people that are also gospel artists that have the voice. So for that, for riffs and runs, artists that like I didn't even know what riffs and runs were until I started focusing on music. So riffs and runs are like permit me to sing. Am I permitted?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So sing the song. This is, let me sing it normally, then I'll sing it with a riff. So amazing grace, how sweet the sound. So that is normal. Then with riff
Okay.
is amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Like adding extra effect to the voice. That is a riff and a run. So I listen to Tasha Cobbs in that stem. I listen to I listen to a couple of put names to their voices right now because I know the voice in my head, but I can't remember the names. Then watch these videos and any new thing I'm like, oh, I think I can do this. I pause the video and practice and it helps. Then there's one particular chorister that I actually look up to. She's in a level though, Korede. I like the way she sings and the way she carries her voice. Then there's also a 300 level student, Prince. She's also in choir. These are people in CBS and CST, so you might, I don't know if you might know them, but yeah, the way they sing, I'm like, oh, I think I can do that. Princess has a really does the riffs and runs, so I try to blend them while I'm practicing on my own. So you have to learn from people that have been there before. Listen to, oh, I can do this thing, and you will improve. You will just find yourself singing differently, and people are like, oh wow. You know when some people start singing in chapel, and they're like, everybody screaming like, ooh. They didn't start from birth to start singing like that. They practice. They engage their voice, and I sing everywhere. My friends will testify everywhere. Sometimes it's scary for them, but I sing everywhere because I'm trying to develop my voice. I don't want to lose the voice God has given me. Then what else? Put yourself, practice, prove yourself. Then if your parents are not allowing you right now, I'm not going to advise you to hide it from them, but you can be doing it on the side. By the time you blow, they will not see that as my child. Like one thing that I've learned, one thing like the way that I have lived with my parents, I've learned to live with a typical African parent and still be able to show your talent. So I started writing. I told you I started writing in J3, so I was singing. But my dad, they felt like I was always making noise, and they didn't really see anything like that. They were like, "Focus on your studies. What's wrong with all this singing, singing, singing?" And then SS3 graduation, I sang on my graduation day, and a lot of people were like, "Oh wow, you sang really nicely. Um, the lyrics were really impactful. Cause like a goodbye song to the school and a thank you song. So some parents are like, did you actually write the song? The beats, the thing was just really nice and everything. My dad was not really saying, "Hey, that's my child, that's my child." I'm like, "See this man, this one does not really want you to." But after that, he realized that okay, my child actually wants to go into this. So he's like, "Focus on your school, but I know you're still interested in music and everything." So what you this is for my parents are accepting as that, but they would never disown you if they see you have a drive and you are going down a path that they can see you shining on down that path. You get so if you stop so that because you actually your parents will see you and appreciate that oh my child is actually doing well in this line of sphere of music. Then what else? What else? If you are able to produce music, like some people, their courses are not so tedious as architecture. So if you're able to work with people that are in choir that can, or people that can play, people that play instruments, or people that can produce music, it's fine. Work with them. If you're able to learn at least one musical instrument, do that because it will help. I think I've said some things. Then for gospel, if you're focusing on well, I always speak on what I'm interested in, inspiration and gospel. You obviously need to pray for inspiration from God because there are some things that you write and you will never know the one that actually blows. So if you keep on pushing, there's a particular on Instagram. I didn't even know that people. I didn't going to appreciate. I just did it and I posted it and I went offline and I come on and I'm like, oh my gosh, people were like, oh my, I was blessed by this or there's a song I wrote like I just recorded on my laptop and then I sent it to choir group. He was like, oh, while she was praying, she used it to pray, and I was like, thank God, something like you never really know who you're going to impact. So whatever you're doing, make sure song that you're doing has an impact on people. If it means for them to stand up and dance, you know your line of inspiration. If it means for them to pray and then feel, you obviously need the Holy Spirit to put somebody else in the Holy Spirit. You get so you have to pray before you start or pray while you're doing it so that everything is just in sync and everything just and it's I, so yeah. So that's what I'm going to say.
All right. Thank you so much, Kelechi, for sharing so much with us today. It's been a time to reflect. I personally learned a lot from what you said. I appreciate every single thing, and I can guarantee that this will not be your last appearance on this podcast. We'll still come back
Okay, no
brighter,
problem. I would love
better.
to.
I'm very sure. So, for everyone listening, you can get Kelechi's blog link. Just message Max Talks. We'll send it directly to you. She is not just an artist; she's a writer. She's a very open person. You heard her IG name is Rialena, so you can DM her anytime if you have more questions for her. She will answer you. But obviously, she's an Archi student, so you don't expect a fast response. But
Okay, but I'll answer you. I'll
yeah, she
answer
will
you.
answer you. But don't worry about it, she will answer you. Thank you guys for listening. It's been an awesome time with Rialena. Rialena, say bye to the fans.
Bye for having me on your podcast.